Have you ever felt trapped? Not just behind walls, but inside a life you never chose? What if I told you one of the greatest movies ever made could also teach you powerful English vocabulary and everyday phrases? Let's discover the inspiring story of the Shawshank Redemption while learning English naturally. Let's begin. Andy Dufresne, a successful banker, is accused of murdering his wife and her lover. Even though he insists he is innocent, he is sentenced to life in Shawshank Prison. The prison is cold, violent, and controlled by fear. Most prisoners lose hope, but Andy remains calm. He believes that no matter where you are, your mind can still be free. Our first vocabulary word is resilient. Resilient means able to recover from difficulties and keep going despite hardships. Example, Andy remained resilient even after years in prison. Let's continue. Inside Shawshank, Andy meets Ellis Boyd Redding, better known as Red. Red is respected by other prisoners because he can get almost anything. Over time, Andy and Red become close friends. Andy begins helping the prison guards with taxes and financial advice. His intelligence earns their trust. He even creates a library so prisoners can educate themselves and imagine a better future. Our second vocabulary word is integrity. Integrity means being honest and following strong moral principles, even when nobody is watching. Example, Andy never lost his integrity despite living among corruption. The years pass. Andy quietly endures injustice. The prison warden secretly uses Andy's financial skills to hide illegal money. Andy realizes that telling the truth could put his life in even greater danger. Still, he never lets hatred control him. Instead, he focuses on patience, planning, and hope. Our third vocabulary word is perseverance. Perseverance means continuing toward a goal even when progress is slow or difficult. Example, his perseverance eventually changed his life. One day, another prisoner arrives with information that could prove Andy's innocence, but the corrupt warden refuses to let Andy leave because he benefits from Andy's work. Andy understands that waiting for justice will never be enough. Now let's learn our first useful phrase. Hold on to hope. This phrase means never stop believing that things can improve. Example, no matter how difficult life becomes, hold on to hope. Andy secretly spends years working toward freedom. Every single day, he chips away at the prison wall using a tiny rock hammer. Nobody notices because true progress often happens quietly. Finally, after nearly 2 decades, Andy escapes through the tunnel and disappears into the rain, a free man at last. Before leaving, he exposes the prison's corruption, sending evidence to the authorities. The dishonest warden can no longer escape the consequences. Our second phrase is turn the tables. This means to completely change a situation, so the person who once had the advantage loses it instead. Example, Andy turned the tables on everyone who underestimated him. In the end, Red is finally released from prison. Remembering Andy's words, he travels to a quiet beach in Mexico. There, he finds his old friend waiting exactly as promised. Their reunion reminds us that hope, friendship, and patience can survive even the darkest times. The Shawshank Redemption isn't just a prison story, it's a lesson that freedom begins in the mind long before it appears in reality. If you learned new English words, useful phrases, and enjoyed this movie story, subscribe to Read Up Daily, where every story helps you improve your English, one movie, one book, and one lesson at a time.